Hey guys, Prison here, be profiling my Chaos Dragon Dec profile for you guys for the December 2018 format. It's a deck I played for a long time. I finally got all the cards I wanted for it, so I wanted to show it off to you guys, but I hope you guys enjoy. We'll get right into it. Alright guys, to start off I play 3 Light Pulsar Dragon. It's one of the main Chaos Dragons, the first ones that came out. If it gets destroyed, or when it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 5 or higher dark or light dragon type monster. And special summon it from a graveyard to your side of the field, which is really good. And it's just like any chaos monster, you can banish a light or dark from your grave to special summon it. Or with him, you can also banish a light or dark from your hand to bring him back from the graveyard. So he's like got his own monster born kind of effect, which is super cool. Then I play 1 Dark Flare Dragon. Same thing, you can banish light or dark from grave. You can send a dragon from your hand to graveyard and then banish a card from your graveyard or your opponent's, which is really cool. So, play 1 Dark Armed, because it's kind of searchable in this deck and you have a lot of graveyard manipulation between all the chaos monsters you play. And he's just really good to pop a bunch of back row monsters, whatever you need. 1 Red MD, obviously. It's Chaos Dragons. You can banish a dragon and special summon him. And then once per turn, you can special summon a dragon from your grave or your hand, which is super awesome. And there's the combo with him and Light Pulsar, where if they're both out in the field, if this would die and then Light Pulsar dies, it brings back Red MD, and Red MD can bring back Light Pulsar. Or if Light Pulsar dies, Red MD can just bring him back, so it's kind of a loop. It was a lot better when the deck first came out, but still a little bit of a loop. Still pretty cool. And then I run 2 of the new one, Chaos Dragon Levy in Ear, if I could say that right. The really awesome card. I love the artwork. Looks sweet. It's a 3000 beater. It is a level 8 Dark Dragon, so you can special summon off a Light Pulsar and Red MD, which is cool. If you banish all lights, you special summon a monster. You have to banish 3 to play him. Banish all lights, you special summon a monster from your grave and defense. All darks, you rip a card from your opponent's hand at random, and dark and light, you pop 2 cards. Usually you're going for the last one, which is really good to pop just problematic cards, and it's just 2 cards. You can pop Floodgates, anything like that. And I run the 1 Eclipse Wyvern. This card's even more relevant now because you have 4 targets, because you can banish Sylvanir off him too. I was trying out 2 for a little while because you did have 4 targets, but I honestly just cut it down to 1 because it was less cloggy. And then to round off my chaos monsters, let's get these out of the way. These are all the dragons. I run 2 Chaos Sorcerer. This should be BLS, but I don't have any. And they're pretty expensive, so I'm just running 2 Chaos Sorcerer. It's the next best thing. Banish a lighter dark from your grave, special summon it, and it can banish a monster on your opponent's side of the field. It just can't attack. So it's got one of the effects BLS, just not the other one. It's a little bit smaller. But the cool thing is he has a 6, so you can overlay with Light Pulsar, or you can sync with him. Which is really cool. Alright, I play 2 of the baby dragons, 1 white dragon White Reverser and 1 black dragon Collapse Serpent. I only run 1 of each because I usually find myself going through both in that first turn, and that's it. I've made the play I need to make with them. They usually just start becoming dead cards in my hand. So I'm just running 1 of both. You can run 2 of one and 1 of the other, or 2 of both, which can be cool because you are still adding cards to hand, but I'm just trying it out at 1 and 1. I think it's pretty good. I do run a small Lightsworn engine, 3 Raiden, 2 Lumina. That's it. Raiden's level 4 tuner. You can mill 2 from your deck, gains 200 for each Lightsworn that gets milled, and then he can mill 2 at the end of the turn. Lumina can ditch a card from your hand, especially on a Lightsworn and Grave, and then she ditches 3 from the top of your deck at the end of the turn. They're honestly, they both have pretty good effects. He's basically a mill 4 in a turn if you're really breaking. And these 2 together have your level 7 plays for synchros. I only run 2 of her because I think she can get kind of cloggy and needs a better standalone. But yeah, you just summon her with him engraved, ditch a card, especially when I'm just going to a 7, which is really cool. So, and they give you more lights. Next, I run a Burning Abyss engine. I run one graph, one seer, obviously, special summon from deck, Monster Reborn for Burning Abyss, 3 Skarms, your searcher at the end phase, 2 Farfetch for spot removal, and then 2 Libic to special summon. Can't see, make sure you guys can see these. 2 Libic. The special summons a Burning Abyss from your hand and negates its effects, which is really good actually because it helps with link play so they won't blow themselves up when I have other monsters. And to round that off, I just play one tour guide because it is Burning Abyss, so research off Skarm. Special summons a theme from the deck and negates its effects, so they won't blow themselves up, and then it's just an instant Dante. That gives you more darks in the deck. For my only hand trap, run 3 Veiler. It's cheap. It does the job. Negates the monster effect during your opponent's main phase. Ghost Stoker would be good in here too because it's a light. Ash Blossom's always good even if it's a fire. So if you guys have the money for want to run Draw and Mock, that's a win, but I do like the synergy with this. And also it's a level 1 tuner, so that helps with plays too. I would also like Ghost Stoker would be good though because it's a level 3 tuner. Then for our last tuners for Synchros, I play 1 Plague Spreader because that plus Light Pulsar or Chaos Sorcerer is a level 8 Synchro, which is sweet. He's a dark. You can set a card from your hand on top of your deck and special summon him. He just gets banished when he leaves, so if he gets milled, you can still use him. 1 Glow Palm. They both have the links too. This card, you can mill a card at the top of your deck, especially summon from the grave, so if it gets milled, it's not dead. It's a level 1 tuner for 7s. Super good. Alright, for my spells, I play 2 charges of Light Brigade because I only run 5 Lightsworns, but it mills throughout the top of the deck, and it's basically a Rhoda. Just adds one from deck to hand. 2 Lure. You can run 3 now. I'm not running 3 because I feel like 3 would be too cloggy. Because sometimes you'll find yourself you having darks in your hand you don't want to banish for it. So, the 1 hand distract or card destruction because why not? Just off the ban list, you can discard your entire hand and draw 5. So you can basically set up your whole grave and then draw a whole new hand to use, which is pretty sweet. Then I run 1 Pot of Acquisitiveness. You target 3 cards in your banish and add them back to the deck and draw a card. So pretty good to get cards you need back in your deck, +1, so it replaces itself. And then 1 Burial from a Different Dimension. Just target up to 3 banished monsters, and then you return them to the graveyard. So if you're like playing a lot of heavy boss monsters on 1 turn, this gives you more fuel to special summon more, which is really cool. Yeah, that's it for my main deck. 40 cards for you guys. We'll go on to the extra. I like this deck because you can synchro XYZ and Link in it, so it's a bonus. I play 1 Stardust Spark Dragon. You target a card on the field. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effects until the end of the turn. 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Blows up all special monsters on the field, and your opponent takes 300 for each. And then only he can attack that turn, which is honestly fine because he's probably going to be the only one standing when you do it. You can just go for game. The bonus with these 2 is they're light and dark dragon types, and they're level 8, so you can bring them back to Light Pulsar, Red MD. It's pretty cool. Scrap Dragon, pop a card you control, and then pop a card your opponent controls, so a monster, a Floodgate. It is still a dragon for Red MD, you just can't bring it back to Light Pulsar. Then 1 Beals with the Diabolic Dragons, takes a Dark Tuner, so Plague Spreader, just why I run him. And then he's a Dark level 8 dragon, so Light Pulsar, Red MD. He can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and if you do take damage from a battle involving him, he gains that in attack, so he can get pretty beefy. Sometimes he can just take, like certain decks, he can just take down that deck all by himself. Super cool. That's my 8s. One of my 7s, play 1 Michael. So you run the Lightsworns. He mills 3 at the end of the turn, pay 1,000, you can target a card and banish it, so spell trap, monster, set card, doesn't matter. Then when he dies, you can shove back as many Lightsworns in your grave to your deck, and I think you gain, let's make sure I say it right, 300 light points. I thought it was 200, it's 300. It's pretty good. I usually don't use that effect, but it's there. 1 Black Rose, Blood Board. Especially if you go second, or if you just need to reset because your opponent's gained too much advantage. Pretty good. And then my last one was 1 Cypher and Lord Zeta. Love his art. Once per turn, you can target special summon monster. your opponent controls an attack position and banish him and that monster, and then they'll come back during my next standby phase. So it's really cool because you can get rid of a problem monster, and on top of it, if he's in your extra deck monster zone, you can get him out of that zone. So when he comes back, we'll come back in the main monster zone, which is cool. So you open up space. Except for the 7s. By rank 4 XYZ, I just run the one Exton Knight because it's off the ban list, so why not? It's a light for chaos plays. Really cool. For rank 3s, I play 2 Dante. And then to go along with that, I play the 1 Beatrice and the 1 Pilgrim to play on top of the Beatrice. So Dante's light, they're all light for chaos plays. The Dante will mill 3 and he gains 500 for each. And after he attacks, he gets switched to defense. So like he helps with a lot of your mills. Beatrice can just send any card you need from your deck into the grave, so that helps. And you play her over top of the Dantes by ditching a Burning Abyss in your hand to play her, but also since you're in the Chaos Source and the Light Pulsar, you can just overlay them into her too, which is super cool. When she dies, you'll bring out him. Can't be targeted by card effect. I think it's just targeted. I don't think it's destruction. Yeah, it can't be targeted. Then once per turn, you can ditch a Burning Abyss from your hand and draw a card. So also if you're sitting on like a Farfetch'd hand, he's pretty much got protection too, which is cool, and you'll draw. That's it for my little Burning Abyss section of the extra deck. Then for my Lance Spell 100 Clock Taker, it's a dark. You target a card at points to, and then you select an opponent's monster. It loses attack equal to the target, so you can just get over really big monsters or go for game. 1 Decode Talker, it's a dark. He gains 500 for each card he points at, and if a card would be targeted, you can just destroy a card he points to instead, and then negate that effect and destroy it. So he can get really beefy, like 3,300, and he's just a really good generic link. And then 1 Top Logic, Crispina. It's a dark. If something special windows at a points to, it destroys all spells and traps on the field, so it's a heavy storm, and I think it deals 500. Yeah, you inflict 500 damage for your opponent. It actually banishes those cards, my bad, guys. So if any of those cards get effects when they hit the grave, he won't allow because he'll banish it, so that's a plus. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. If there were 2 other cards I could run, I'd run a Topologic Bomber Dragon and a Borreload. I definitely do a Boral Sword, but that card's really expensive. So the only ones I could see myself getting in the near future is possibly a Borreload and a Topologic Bomber Dragon. So when I get those, I'll try to upload this deck again. The only reason why Borreload and Boral Sword is really good is because they're dragons. And they're darks. You can bring them back from Light Pulsar, and Red MD can bring them back, which is another plus. So, yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. That's a 40 card extra, 15 card, or a 40 card main, 15 card extra. Sorry, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I played this since the extra deck came out. I love the deck. Told you guys I tried to get that new Chaos Dragon Sport when it came out, the Legionnaire, and I got that. So, I'll see you guys next time when I get more of the cards.